From the Black Swan Media Studios, deep inside a secret underground bunker, we're speaking to freedom-loving patriots from all around the country and the world. Welcome to the Resistance. This is John Crump, live.
Damn, Anthony Mystic, give us some time, man. You come from Dark Show and you're complaining about us being like 5 seconds late? Come on. All right, we have Rich here. Rich, how you doing?
How's it going? Dark Show? Late? What are you talking about? Like him not making it to events and stuff? What?
Every effing time. And we have not a Guntuber here as well.
Not a Guntuber. What? Not in the machine shop either. For first.
Yeah, no. Last time I was in this room too. This was just my office. No, I remember I tried to do it from the actual shop, and everyone was like, "Your audio sucks out here. Like you keep breaking up."
Yeah.
Like, I love you guys. I'm not gonna go buy another Google node to just get Wi-Fi out in the shop so I can do things from there.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm gonna do a little bit of last year, but I'm gonna focus mostly on what I'm up to this year. So, I started out with. I've had a long history just messing with stuff in my workshop. And so when people started complaining about this 80% called the Geisler, I went, I bet you I can figure that out stupid fast. And so a couple days later, I had done a video on it. It's about 2 hours. And it's like, here's how you guys can build this so that it actually works how you want it to. And you guys can all stop complaining, for the love of God, please. It's not that difficult. And the problem mostly was that they were building it the same way as a Polymer 80 when it had its own quirks you had to deal with. And then with that under my belt, I was like, well, what other 80s can I tackle? So last year, I mostly spent just tackling kind of all the canonical 80% platforms. But I always had in the back of my mind, like, I really want to get to the point where I'm building guns from scratch. And that's what 2025 is going to focus on. I'm actually building 4 guns from complete scratch. One of them will not require a CNC machine. But one of the things I also try and push is you can go buy beater old CNC mills for $6K. So instead of buying your next 2 expensive ARs, go buy a CNC machine if you've got a garage. They fit, they run on 110. They're not difficult to do.
Now you got a Tormach, right?
Yeah, I've got the middle of the road size Tormach. So they've got the 440, which now that I've played with mine, I kind of got to agree that the 440 is probably a little small for gun work. The 770, which is what I have, is I can do most of the things that I want, but a lot of it I'm only fitting one of them on at a time. When if you went up to something like an 1100, or actually they make a 1500 now, you might be able to fit 2 lowers on at the same time, and you're drastically increasing your efficiencies that way. But for the kind of stuff I'm doing, efficiencies aren't my concern. I'm doing one-offs. Efficiencies be damned.
Mm-hmm.
Walter, check your PayPal.
What's going on?
Oh, there was a guy that ripped off Walter, used his content, and then Walter copyright claimed him.
Oh, that.
And then the guy that was threatening to sue him. So I said, "Can I take care of it?" And Walter said, "Yeah." So so instead of, I made them settle with us.
So that was can we talk about that publicly? Because that was an interesting story.
Yeah, there's no and I mean they tried to do some legal threats, and I know the law better than they did, and they ended up paying.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. All right, so what happened was, Walter was shooting into a bullet trap. I forgot what gun he was shooting into the bullet trap, but this. I guess channel steals content all over the internet, and then stitches it together and does a voiceover. It's like, what is this man doing? You know, why is he doing this? And you know, they got, was it like 300,000 views in no time? They got a stupid number of views on this short,
Huh.
and it was
18 million?
oh 18 million. Okay, all right. Okay, and it was the Shrike Belt Fed Upper. And you know, Walter's like, hey, so that's why as a content creator, you need to look at the copyright section to make sure nobody's stealing your content every once in a while. So on your YouTube channel, go to the copyright area. And Walt saw that, or I don't know if that's the copyright section, but you know, there was some words back and forth, and they're like, well, we'll tie you up in court and all that bit. And then Crump, it's like, let me write the letter. And Crump got Walt a couple $100, right?
Yeah, like $300.
So Walter granted them the rights to the content instead of, you know, forcing a strike upon them.
Well, they were all like, you know, this is gonna be very expensive for you. Then like when I got involved, they started writing back, oh, we didn't mean to sound threatening. We understand. We gonna, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
so they were claiming fair use and we'll screw you in court kind of thing.
Wonderful.
And then,
I broke it.
oh, that's not. So basically, what we did is we just like, you know, hey, you know, you're not gonna like where this is gonna go because I know more than you do.
yeah. And Court Schmort, really what matters is settling up with YouTube, because YouTube has a process on how they do these things. And Q-Tang is right. The Crump reputation.
So, like, not only are you gonna stop threatening, but you're gonna pay.
Every fucking time.
So, Crump, are you really going to go to the inauguration? And is Trump naming you to some office in the ATF?
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Okay.
No, I have nothing to do with the ATF. I would never go work for an organization in which I don't believe should exist.
And Bob, I tagged you in a short out there, or no, Instagram reel I did.
I'll be hanging out with Bob out in Vegas. I'll be hanging out with you out in Vegas, and Jordan and Bob and all those guys from Gideon Optics are nominated for Emerging Brand of the Year. So they'll be there on Monday night. He'll be getting one of their.
Oh, right. We'll all be hanging out in the VIP section at the Gundies together.
And I will be early now.
What?
I'm coming in early to Vegas.
Oh, you're getting in earlier? What time are you getting in?
Flight. I'll be in by like 11 in the morning on Sunday.
Wait, I'm sorry. For whatever reason, every once in a while the audio drops. What did you say?
I'll be back. I'll be there on Sunday at 11 o'clock.
11. Oh, okay. I get in like 3.
Yeah, well, it's gonna snow here.
Aha.
I'm trying to beat the snow.
I think I'm back.
Not a Guntuber.
Hey.
I am back. Every single time I hang out on StreamYard, something goes wrong with my electronics.
All right.
So it is par for the course every single time.
Are you going to shot?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not one of the cool kids. I am yet to go to SHOT or know where to get access to the ability to go to SHOT.
Yeah. So I told next year I'll get him in.
Oh, you'll get him in, Rich?
Well, whatever, bro.
How are you going to get him in, Rich?
Well, actually, I'm still under Black Swan Media. I could always say he's crew and get him in with me.
Hey, yeah. I've got PTO days built up like no other, so.
Yeah. Basically, anyone. I mean, and you can just go under Black Swan Media. They'll let you in automatically. It's like auto approval. All I got to do is click that. Hey, yeah, this guy is part of Black Swan Media, and you'll get in.
Someone in the chat's asking Black Swan Media ?
No, Jason, you live close enough to me for me to drive out to your house and punch you in the face. I'm just joking, Jason. Shot is overrated. Absolutely. I don't want to go.
It's like my feet are already hurting thinking about Shot. My feet and my back.
And people
Yeah,
are like,
but
you really want to go? I'm like, no, actually, I don't want to go.
sure, but I don't know about you guys. I have to do that sort of stuff for my day job sometimes too. Like actually, the first time I ever talked to
Oh
Rick,
shoot! Walt's got the Starship launch on the calendar. Or can you pull that up, Crump?
Starship launch. What have I missed out on?
Yeah. They're launching Starship and going to be trying to do recovery.
The actual Starship.
Yeah. Not the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right. We're gonna watch that.
Joe is proudly not going to Shot. But he's going to make Shot Show videos. And Joe, feel free to steal my content. That's okay.
You can go in my place. Yeah, so I we have 25 minutes before it actually launches.
Oh, 25 minutes? Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really.
So Not A Guntuber dropped in my feed. That's how I found him. Have you been on with him or no? 'Cause I've had him on at least twice so far.
No,
This is my first time with John.
Oh, okay. All right. So I saw what you're doing, and you're doing a lot of cool stuff, and you're doing it really good. And I was like, wow, you're doing the Cerakoting, you're doing, a bunch of how-to videos on 80%ers, whether it's AR-15 or Glock type. And doing the CNC work. So I thought all of that was really cool. And that's why I guess the first time I asked you on, and we've stayed in contact since, so that's been cool. And I love the carbon fiber handguards that you're doing. That's crazy.
A buddy of mine forced me to do literally a dozen of them. He's like, I want a pistol, a carbine, and a full rifle length for me and all of my sons. It's like, what the hell, man? I mean, he was the one that essentially paid for the R&D on that project. He paid for the $400 stick of carbon fiber the first time I did it. And he's like, if you screw up, so be it. So it's like, I kind of owe the guy, but they're almost done. That was a decent amount of work at the end of the day.
Oh, cool. So
this is absolutely right. Prod is cool the first time you've been there, but then after it tries to kill you, then you never want to go back.
So how many days do y'all usually go for? Because like the only Vegas things that I've been to is like 2 max 3-day conference, and I get you, you're dead by the end.
I'll be there. I'll be there. I get on a Sunday. I'll be there until Saturday.
Oh, you're leaving Saturday?
Yeah, I would go. Okay, well, I'm from DC, the DC area, right? And to fly in and out of DC on a Monday or Friday is insanely expensive. So it's actually, I'm actually saving money by flying in on Sunday and flying out on Saturday.
Okay.
It would be
even with the hotel room additional costs.
Yeah. I'm saving about $500.
Whoa!
Just because DC, everyone.
And you've got 3 airports to choose from too, and it was still that bad.
Yeah, it's just it gets really expensive. They're actually building another airport. Well, they're modifying another airport, I should say. Manassas Airport's gonna be taking. They're turning that into a airport.
That's interesting. They do that. That's the same direction out as Dulles, and Dulles is the least convenient to get to out of all those airports.
For me, it's very convenient.
Well, if you have to take public transportation,
no, they got a metro stop right there now.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah. They have.
When did that happen?
A couple years, like about 5 years ago.
Huh.
The metro goes all the way out to Ashburn.
Huh.
Where I am at now. There's a metro station like right down the street from me now.
last time I was out there, I think they were building it. It was like what, silver or the purple line or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done.
Huh. All right.
Yeah, it's done. It goes all the way out to Ashburn. So yeah, the Silver Line's completely open. It goes through Dallas, Tyson's, Reston, Herndon, Sterling.
So is shot exhausting for y'all just because of the nature of walking around a conference, or are y'all doing all like the after party stuff? Like
all of it.
Yeah.
So, like, all right, Monday we're at least going to one range day, maybe two. There's actually 3 range days on Monday, the one official, and then
I didn't want to go to any.
so John got talked into, not by me, to going to range day, and I'm hoping to hit 2 range days. Then that evening we got the Gundies, and Tuesday and Wednesday night there are activities we all could go to if we want.
And Rich doesn't have to sneak into the VIP section of the Gundies this year.
Yeah, because I'm Crump State, so now I get into the VIP section without.
will you be wearing a slinky dress?
No, I'll blow the dust off my tux, and I don't think I have any tuxedo shirts anymore. So
No, there's no assigned seating, but you'll be up in the VIP section, Jordan. You get a nice swag.
Good question.
It's worth $500.
No, they charge that much to get in the VIP section?
No, that's how much the swag bag is.
Oh. Dude, did you send that email?
No, they'll send it to you Monday.
You know what email I'm asking about, right?
Oh yeah. That's already done. We just got to get the stuff.
Okay.
Like we're gonna meet with those people.
The stuff and those people. It's like there's a drug deal going on around here.
No. Rich wants to like be hooked up with the 511 people.
Oh yeah, you were mentioning that the other day.
Yeah, dude, I'm like very close to the 511 people. They've treated me extremely well in the past.
I don't know them at all. I buy a ton of their stuff, but I once killed a pair of boots of theirs. Like the seams came undone and whatnot.
They'll replace them.
Oh yeah, but it was the weirdest question they asked. They're like, "Can we see the soles?" I was like, "Yeah, okay, you foot fetish weirdos. Like, take a picture of the sole." And they were like, "Okay, we're sending you new boots." Like,
they might be wondering if they were clones.
Oh,
But that could be it.
I was thinking they were wondering if I had just literally like walked them out in a year.
No, they don't care. If you walk them out, they'll still replace them. They're really good.
So
like,
it was weird.
Here's the thing: I got tons of. I could probably have like around $10,000 worth of 511 stuff.
My God!
But you know how much I've bought? 0. 511 jackets, backpack, knives.
Pretty much all my Molly stuff is 511. Like anything that hooks up to Molly.
Yeah, but Rich, I can hook you up with some stuff. We can sit together, Jordan. I was planning on it. I hope so.
Yeah, I just kind of figured that. I didn't know Jordan didn't know how it worked. But
you know what? You know what's really funny?
What's that?
They're showing the size of Starship. You know.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's an Elon Musk thing because instead of using like real spaceships too, they add sci-fi spaceships.
Oh yeah. Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows how big the Millennium Falcon is, you know.
Yeah, if 511, they make some freaking good stuff. But yeah, if you want to go, check your email, Rick. I just sent you an email. But
make it pointy. It needs to be more pointy.
Do you know why they made it pointy?
No,
Dr. Evil.
No, the dictator. You know the dictator.
Oh, the dictator. All right, it was dictator, not Dr. Evil.
Pointy. And Elon Musk was like, "Does that make it more efficient?" He's like, "Hardly makes it less efficient." think it's kind of funny. I mean, come on, Ludicrous Mode is named after Spaceballs. Do you ever watch launches on Not a Guntuber?
I have yet to watch one, so I am.
Oh, really?
I am quite a big nerd, but not like that type. Like
Not
when
a
I get
space
off,
nerd.
when I get off this call, I'm gonna go right back to video editing and reviewing content, and like I'm shipping out a video of how to do the Ruger Mark series pistols.
Mm-hmm.
The upper, that tube, is actually the gun.
Yes.
On those, it's not the lower that looks like the gun. So the guys at Matrix Precision figured out how to let you create one of those with a hand router and a jig. So that's one of my 0% for 2025.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've actually done the video. I'm hopefully finishing it up today. It won't release for a little while more, but I'm hoping to show it to him at least by the end of today. So that's that's top of my to-do list. Nerd stuff.
I stayed up till like 1:30 the other night to watch the Blue Ghost launch. The moon mission.
Okay.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, and Jordan Finrose asking, was it the guy that did the SIG 226?
Yes. So they had 80% in 226, 229, 220, and then like this weird cross variant they did with like 229 length slide, 226 length grip in 80% until about a month and a half ago. And they finally kind of threw in the towel on those. They're like, we're going to sell the rest of what we've got. But it's just, I don't blame them. Like the market's so risky right now. Why would you stay in the 80% market?
Dude, you just go buy Tooth Fairy coins.
Huh?
Tooth Fairy coins.
Oh.
I don't know what the keyword is.
So was that Temu or was that AliExpress?
Oh, all of them.
So what was it a Glock switch if you ordered the Tooth Fairy coin, or was it?
Well, it depends. They had Glock switches. They had super safeties. They had big P320s. Like not like 80%
FCUs,
but the whole FCU. And they were selling them as Tooth Fairy coins. And like every once in a while, you got to find out, they will change the name to some random crap. I don't think it's Tooth Fairy coins anymore. But like once people catch on to whatever they're selling them as, they'll change the name to something else. And then,
Jordan, it's Matrix Precision. Close, very close.
So if you know the keyword, you can go buy all this stuff that's not exactly kosher according to the ATF.
All of this stuff, I'm just highly curious as to the quality and whether it would work, but not curious enough that I'm going to click order.
Well, you see like Tooth Fairy coin, 99 cents. You see one for like $100. Like, okay, well, that's something.
I mean, the interesting thing about all of the stuff that comes out of China, it's like, yeah, half of it's going to be absolute junk that's just rip-off counterfeit crap. But there's a good portion of it. It's like it's coming from the same factory that the stuff you're paying for is coming from. Like fall off the truck style shit.
Yeah.
And this will be slightly controversial, but speaking of P320s, what's y'all's take on all the stuff going around about them yet again on X about people?
Oh, more?
Oh, apparently if you over-insert the magazine, you're bending your ejector. And because the ejector is an integral part of the FCU, which is the serialized part, big no replacement of that part. Like,
whoa.
Yeah, like you can hammer it down apparently and like get it working again, but now that metal has been stressed and it's going to be more inclined to bend again. It's just thing after thing. I feel bad for SIG because I like a lot of their stuff, especially their optics and whatnot, but that's yeah, see, Jordan's talking about if you don't If you don't slam in the magazine with the right base plate,
I'm a slammer.
boom.
I'm a slammer.
And they keep saying like, oh well, the military versions don't have this problem. It's like, well, yeah, you dictate exactly what magazine goes with that gun for the military. There is no like aftermarket.
Right.
Like I found some Tooth Fairy coins that are definitely not legit, but I don't know what they actually are selling them for.
Wait, so where did we find out about this Tooth Fairy coin thing?
Can't remember. Researching.
Researching.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
I
Polar
research
Knights.
stuff.
Polar Knights is saying Trump is going to be putting an end to cheap stuff from China. He's going to put Walmart out of business.
I'm excited. I tried to do the whole like avoid buying products from China thing a while back. It's almost impossible, especially when I had a kid. It's like, oh my God, everything for a kid it's made in China. You cannot avoid it. Like it's impossible, which is a sad state of affairs. Because like you take a vacation down to Mexico, and it's like everything is made in Mexico. It's like all the stuff that I can't even find in the U.S. not made in China, they literally make across the border, and it's usually pretty damn good quality stuff. And we can't even get it here. It's like it's the most ridiculous thing. So
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I remember like one of the things that always like epitomizes the Chinese like crap manufacturing mindset is nail clippers. You get a pair of nail clippers and they last for like 2 clips, and then they're all dull and the points don't meet up and they don't actually cut. I've had the same pair of nail clippers I got down in Mexico like 10 years ago, and they're still sharp as the day I bought them. I think it was $1.25 for the pair.
Now you got me wondering where are my nail clippers made? China. So I just
De La Vega.
You know Dark and I started a knife company, right?
I do.
Yeah. So the definition knives are made in China.
But
I haven't sharpened mine yet. It's doing real good. 99 cents.
You see how that's 99?
Yeah.
Same thing.
But how
158.
do you know what you're going to get for that 158?
Usually what they do, this one doesn't have it, but usually what they do is they'll have a picture. So you scroll down, you'll see this, and then all of a sudden you'll see like an FCU or like a super safety or a Glock switch. That one didn't have it though, but sure that's probably something like that.
So I was reading on Reddit that their buddy ordered one of the Chinese FCUs, and he's like, literally, like you can't really screw up bending some sheet metal. Like it's hard to screw that up. He's like, it's just as good as the other ones I have.
I still have a MUP 1 that I have not.
Oh, I got a number of MUP 1s.
I got one.
Haven't built yet.
I haven't built it because since it's like you really can't get them right now. It's kind of like a collector's thing.
Okay, so there is the MUP 1s are hard to get, but there is a new guy, and it's just a dude that decided I'm gonna give this a go. Not only does he do essentially the MUP 1s, but he will also sell them to you for $25 more with the manual safety holes already cut.
Yeah, but I won't do that unless they're paying Jordan a licensing fee. Jordan out there is the dude that owns the patent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he wants to know who it is.
Never mind. I'm gonna shut up now.
Yeah, Jordan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure he heard from me. So I don't want to like.
So does Jordan work for SIG?
No. Jordan is JST Supply.
JST Supply, Gideon
Gotcha.
Gideon Optics.
Slides, Eagle shows, big Reno shows.
Gotcha. Okay, I do know JST Supply.
Yeah, Jordan's the owner.
Interesting. I don't know what you heard me say. There's nothing to see here.
And the Mup one is there. Okay.
So I also have a Mup one that's left over.
Maybe it's a legit Mup one in jigs.
What stops me from finishing my Mup one is I got the FCU 80%, and then I didn't ever buy the jig. And then like fast forward like a year and a half, and now there's multiple companies making jigs. A lot of apparently the jig companies, not JSD Supply, there's like another one that makes them, which is like known for sending out jigs with like the holes drilled in the wrong places. And so you might take this difficult to find again MUP1 and completely F it up because you bought some. There we go. Someone in the chat said it. Yeah.
You know,
so
there you go, Jordan.
I'm scared to death to finish my Mup one because I only have one. And the jigs are the problem.
I mean, if you want, you can borrow my jig, and if you just send it back.
No promises. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna send it back.
This is a legit jig from JFD.
And see, that's the problem. It's like those have dried up as well, and so
I think I have 6 of those.
The jig or the FCUs?
Both.
What the hell, Rich?
I buy shit.
Apparently. If it makes you feel better, I also buy shit. There was a guy that I found on Reddit the other day who apparently, when Staccato moved, I think it was, they just like threw out a bunch of like 60% finished Staccato frames. So they're like, there's way more work left to them than like an 80% Staccato, 80% 2011 frame. But they're like full steel, full dust cover, like gorgeous. Like if you've got a CNC machine or even a manual mill, like.
Right. So don't buy from US Patriot. And you can't do an STL of the jig because it's metal.
Yeah.
Well,
you want a metal jig.
It needs to be hardened still.
Yeah,
but you get a bin metal. You get a hammer metal.
I've got a CNC. I could take an STL.
I know, but I'm saying the majority of people don't have a CNC machine to be able to mill that out of hardened steel.
Asterisk, I'm going to add my standard answer of if you've got $6,000, you can find a used Tormach 1100 or 770. It's going to be a beater, but it'll work. Please go out there and do that. It's super fun. All right, I'm shutting up now.
Bye. Yeah.
My wife has this rule that she can't leave like spaces free because if there's like a empty shelf, like I will put something on it. And she knows better.
Yeah, so we got 3 minutes until the launch. 60 degrees, 27. I do want to ask Rich something. In 3 minutes, what do you think about your new senator?
Whatever. I don't know much about her. Is it Ashley Moody?
Oh, she's terrible on gun rates.
Oh, really?
Well, that's why he's trying to get rid of Pam Bondi for us.
All right. Well, I talked to someone. I'm not going to tell you who it is because it's off the record. And their answer was, and they're pretty big in the gun world. And their answer was, well, I'm kind of happy because that means that she can F us up less down in Florida.
I don't know if I agree with that sentiment if she becomes AG.
No, this is not Bondi. This is the new senator. Actually,
gotcha.
It's pretty frustrating being the quote unquote gunshine state.
You guys are on the gun.
The BS. Although Ashley Moody did not want to defend the case I have against her, or INGOA.
Yeah, she's gonna get tore up.
So I'm a little disappointed. I'm going to share something because I don't think Gideon reshared. I did this intentionally. Let's see. Here is blah, blah, blah. Boop, boop. I didn't get any love from Gideon on this video. I mean, I prominently placed their products.
Yeah, I gotta ask you a question. After this, not a gun tuber after the launch, because I want to get your opinion on it because there's a new firearm that's highly divisive.
Okay. I like divisive. Is this the 5.7 thing?
Yes.
Okay, I have opinions.
Yeah, I figured you
I,
did.
I mean, I hope it's going to be a shot. I don't know. I am a 5.7 nut job.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be at range day.
Yeah, I hope it's going to be a range day. Oh, all right. Jordan shared. Okay, I missed that.
Wait, so you said Jordan's JSD and the Gideon?
Oh, yeah.
JSD, Gideon,
JSD,
Patmos,
Gideon,
Big
Patmos.
Reno, Eagle Shows,
Mm-hmm.
and about like 80,000 other companies.
Dear Lord.
Jordan wakes up and like starts a company or buys a company.
There is something about entrepreneurs, like a
Serial
large
entrepreneur.
percentage. Yes, a large percentage like get that bite, and it's just like serial entrepreneurship for the rest of my damn life.
Yeah, he'll call me and be like, "Hey, don't say anything, but I'm gonna buy such and such." I'm like, company. I'm like, what do you wake up in the morning and be like just Google like who makes this? I'm like, okay, let's buy this. Instead of buying like the product, he just buys the whole damn company.
Yeah, I mean, Rip Curl Readiness definitely has the right idea.
They have a sickness. All right.
We're not big fans of Pam Bondi, and
No, sir.
Dude, did you read
so
my article that came out today?
no, I didn't.
Not exactly nice.
So Pam Bondi was good on a lot of things, but the Second Amendment is a fundamental right, and doing red flags.
Here we go.
Well,
Rick.
I'm sorry. If on a congressional hearing you're going to answer, I will do whatever you tell me to do. P.S. Let's talk in private. Like, that's a horrible fucking answer.
It's off.
I love the drone shot. Love the drone shot. That is so cool.
That's a lot of engines.
Yeah.
Dude, the speed that it gets. Like I was watching
Look at the mock diamonds.
The Falcon 9 that was launching the Blue Ghost, and like that got to like 40,000 miles when I stopped watching it. 40,000 kilometers an hour going to the moon. And it was still picking up speed. It was like, that's awesome. Look at that.
So they throttle back for max Q, or
Yeah, they will. Oh, something's coming off.
no? That's probably ice.
No, right there.
Oh yeah.
It's wiggling.
Somebody left some duct tape. Is it like Chinese New Year? What New Year is it?
Lunar.
Lunar New Year?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
So they're pitching to get into orbit.
Yeah, because you don't go straight up. You go up, then you kind of pitch over. It's going really, really fast.
So when is first stage? What do they call it? Because they shut down all but 3 engines. They hot stage.
Yeah, it'll be soon. When they get up to around, I think it's like 60 kilometers.
So what I think is really cool is that they use the Starlink satellites to get us the feed, to get the data. All right, so it looks like they're staging.
Yes.
Because you got the cold gas coming out.
Yeah, the engines are still blasting. If you look down here on to the left,
Yep.
that's all the engines you'll see.
Yeah, so they do have full engines.
Yeah,
So they're probably pre-chilling. All right, so now they're
Hey, Rich, who knows what they're talking about?
all right. So the hot stage, that's so cool.
And that's gonna come back and just gonna propagate. All right, one of the engines didn't fire.
Oh shoot, they got enough engines. They're cool.
Yeah, they always do. They have extra, but yeah, it's supposed to have all the engines firing, but one didn't fire for some reason.
So I didn't hear why they didn't catch the last launch. I think it was something because happened on the tower that.
Yeah, that's great. Polar Nights that takes an African American. But yeah, they're in orbit right now. Okay, so they got into they fire like all the outside engines to get it into the orbit they want.
Oh, that's so cool! You can see the trail, the exhaust plume on the right.
So now they're in orbit.
Okay,
Some
now,
weirdly flat Earth.
oh, did they drop the adapter ring? Okay, yeah, so that's the adapter ring. So that's gonna burn up.
Yeah, now the it's coming back down to Earth. Let's see if the chopsticks catch it.
Oh, they don't do an entry burn, right?
No.
So it's all aerodynamic drag that slows it down.
Yeah, they
So
will do a burn when they get closer to the ground.
So what I like watching is the speed. So you see the speed's been increasing. We just had a drop in telemetry. And so I like watching it because you see it increases, and then it starts decreasing. So if you're looking at the first stage and watch, once it starts hitting the thicker parts of the atmosphere, it'll start slowing down.
So we are watching the Starship launch, 7th launch of Starship.
So you can see the altitude is decreasing, 64 kilometers, and just over 3,000 kilometers an hour now.
Yeah, if you look at the at Starship itself, it's maintaining the same distance, but the speed is increasing.
Yeah, that thing's really cooking.
Yeah, like I said, like the Blue Ghost the other night when I turned it off, it was up to 40,000 miles an hour.
God.
Or 40,000 kilometers an hour.
Still.
So 30 kilometers up. That's so crazy. Going through a cloud. Is that its own exhaust plume on the way up?
Yeah, that's too high for it to be a cloud.
Oh, I mean, look at the pattern of it too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the top view. That's so cool. Look at that. It's amazing to me. So they get a substantial amount of heating on the engines on the base there. So that's an issue. You can see it glowing red.
That's not
all right.
All
the engines fired.
Yep.
Meaning all the engines they're going to use for the landing burn. So
Look
at that. So they're for
angle that thing's at makes you think it's not going to work out.
Holy cow. That is all.
We got it again.
Holy cow. Love the drone shot. That is so cool.
That is nuts.
Can you imagine we'd still be doing stupid crap? We'd be flying Russian frickin' engines on what is it? What program is it? Where we're buying Russian engines and launching satellites with them?
Yeah. But that's going away.
That's so nuts, though. The angle that thing comes down at, and imagine the weight.
Oh, it's rocking
associated with that angle, and yet it keeps
it's
going.
just rocking a little. It's just. That is so cool.
The Cecil launch, the Cecil capture. Stand by for star cams.
All right, so one of the middle engines is out.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're shutting them down.
Oh, are they? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Progressively. Look at that.
Huh.
They're angling it to get it into nominal orbit.
Okay. Because
So,
I think the center 3 engines they can gimbal, and the outer 3 they can't. That is so cool. All right, refuel it. Launch it again. Do it again.
well, the whole thing is to be able to refuel and launch within an hour. And now they got one engine going. That's probably going to go out here in the next minute, less than a minute, probably.
That is so cool. First of all, not only is the whole SpaceX program genius, but they get the best footage. Nothing that NASA ever did. Best cameras.
Do we know what the viewer counts are for these things compared to old school NASA?
Well, right,
I have no idea.
this is just SpaceX feed off of X, and right now it's 3.1 million.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And that's just the X. There's NASA feed, there's the AP feed. There's
A lot of people rebroadcast.
feed. And,
I know Everyday Astronaut, he would have a whole bunch of cameras out there of his own.
yeah, so there's a bunch of different ones. But yeah.
Dude, that is so crazy. When you think about wind gusts and everything just to do that right.
Oh, man. Think about some of us trying to make shots with wind gusts and just whiffing.
Oh, yeah.
And they're doing a whole damn rocket.
So one of the conversations I've had with Not a Guntuber is he has his whole year planned out on content already. Which I think, I try to plan some content. A lot of the content is kind of spontaneous, whatever, but
It's impossible for me to do it that way, unfortunately.
yeah, but he's doing project wise, so he's not covering news.
Yeah.
You wow, look at that.
The problem that I run into, and the reason I do this and why it works for me, is I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be like, I have a sick new idea. I had a new idea this morning. And every fiber of my being wants to drop everything and go to that sick new idea.
Right. Shiny object.
But if I know it's nope, you've said you're going to do this. You've got a plan. Then I have a harder time walking back on that.
Mm-hmm.
This morning I woke up and I was like, oh, wait. They've got a new bufferless 308 upper from Palmetto State, the Jackal 308 upper.
Right.
I could make a Warhammer style aluminum bolt pistol out of a 308 Jackal upper, so it'd be just as beefy with a giant magazine as the Warhammer one looks. I want to go down this rabbit hole, and I was like, no. You have projects you've promised. You need to deliver on this stuff. And it's okay. Keep myself grounded. This is what I'm working on.
All right, let's hear your opinion on the Keltec.
All right, so I am a big fan of alternative styles of gun manufacturing. So the fact that it's got the rotating barrel and the weird double rod, provided it works and it's reliable, Keltec comes out with some innovative stuff.
How much cocaine do you think they did before they designed it?
All of it. What do you mean? That's why they're at Cocoa Beach, because the cargo ships come in to the port there.
I am not necessarily hugely impressed by seeing another Glock clone. So when it came to Ruger releasing the work that they did, it's I get it. It's an FCU version of a Glock. That doesn't mean I'm going to be or have to be excited about it. But when I see someone really pushing an envelope and going, I've rethought how a gun works, it's that's cool to me. Even if it doesn't end up being the most efficient. It's we get it. Browning's tilting action is the best thing since sliced bread. Good luck beating it. Okay. But if no one tries, then we're never going to beat it, for sure. So I like to see at least these folks getting out there and giving it a go. The stripper clips, I get it. They're trying for a certain market. That makes sense. That's not going to get me excited. But, hey.
So here's my go, no-go criteria on that. If it's smaller than a LCP2, they got a winner.
You mean like if it's like true pistol in a pocket?
Yeah. If it's now, I think they got how many rounds in it going
20.
in?
20.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, your single stack, you're not getting smaller. But like you might be able to get it narrow like an LCP2, but
Yeah, when they said the
CP2.
round count and the type of round and the fact that someone was trying to argue it's a pocket pistol, I was like, I'm gonna have to see that to believe that.
well, all right. Is it
Even just that many
is it
rounds
single
in your
stack
pocket,
or is it a stagger? Because I mean
it has to be stagger. Look at the height
has
of
to
it
be?
with 20 rounds.
Yeah,
It has to
yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 20, you're like a full size grip.
Yeah. No, that's what I don't think it's single. It would have to be a big.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Like a
It
long-
has to be
Yeah.
double stack. There's
Oh
no way it's not.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, if they did a single stack that was small, like that you could pocket carry, like an LCP, that would be crazy. You know, a sub 1 inch wide slide. You know, I think that would be.
There's definitely an appeal with me for the tiny guns. Like I really want to mill from scratch a SIG 239, sorry, not SIG 239, 238 or 938, simply because in Texas, like when it's not winter, good luck concealing shit. Like it is miserable hot most of the year, and everything prints, everything.
Yeah, and I've actually been to Caltech a couple of times. I was supposed to get a factory tour, and I haven't like closed the deal on that. That was a number of years ago. But yeah, and I looked at their videos. There's a guy that looks like Chad. Is Chad back at Caltech?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's slightly different haircut and beard cut.
You talking about the one that came out with the guy with the big red beard?
Yeah, the gray beard dude. I'm like, is that Chad? I think that's Chad.
I thought he left like a while ago.
Yeah, he left, a year or two ago. And I always like Chad at Caltech.
The other thing that I really find interesting about Caltech, and they're doing this for like cheapness reasons, so we'll take a small ding off them for that. But they like to build guns, which I call sandwich guns. Like a lot of the problems with milling firearms and why like plastic firearms opened up a whole new design realm for guns, but milling like slots and things where you have to use like an overhang bit are a pain in the ass. Like there's a couple of them on a 1911. There's slightly fewer on a 2011. The way Caltech gets around that, even if they're doing it in plastic, they just say, screw it. They make the sandwich gun. They do half and half and just like bolt it together, which again, they're doing it for cheapness reasons. Whatever. Props to them. But when I see stuff like that, I'm like, I might buy that gun just to understand the engineering behind it so that I can use their like sandwich technologies.
So a friend of ours says that Caltech intentionally designs their guns to break when you take them apart because they don't want people taking them apart.
Well, that's fine. I'm not buying it to shoot it. I'm buying it to learn the sandwich making techniques.
Hence, I have parts of an RXM here that I haven't shot yet.
And the list says shooting a sub gun round from a pistol limits the effectiveness of the round.
Yeah,
but it's a pistol powder in the 5.7. So I forget what the optimum length barrel is for a 5.7, but it's pretty damn short.
And I was about to be like, yeah, well, shooting 9mm from a handgun limits its abilities compared to a 12-inch barrel. It's like, yeah duh.
Yeah. I mean, yes, they're different calibers, different powders, different ballistics, all.
We've long understood that things are optimized for different systems, but that doesn't make them unusable in other systems.
It's like subsonic 8.6 blackout versus supersonic 8.6 blackout. So there's different quality. I have a number of Caltechs. Actually, I've got the P50. I have the RFB, which is the 308 bullpup. What else do I have? I don't have a sub 2000. A lot of people have the sub. Oh, they came out with what, a 5.7 sub 2000 also.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, I've heard good things about those sub 2000s. Like
I have a sub
Like
2000.
you look at them, and you're like, I don't want that. And
I
then
mean,
everyone
I
that
mean,
fires
it
one, they're like, they're fun.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
I
works.
mean, I like 5.7, but look, the 5.7 round is just expensive.
The other thing is, now I'm breaking this rule more and more lately. Like 2 of my projects this year are a 50 BMG and a 350 Legend. So like I'm not following the rule I'm about to talk about. But
Cheap ammo.
no, until recently I've always gone by the battlefield mantra. It's like if you can find this round on a battlefield, you're allowed to own a gun in it. So it's
Well,
like 22,
if you have enough
9,
of them.
45, 308, 5.56. Like those are your rounds that are allowed.
Yeah.
And if you want shotguns, you can have 12.
Yeah.
And that's just in my mind, it was a natural way to keep down on having just like ammo stores galore that none of them are large because you've just got such breadth of ammo.
All right, so 5.7 is cool because you can have 1,500 rounds in about an ammo can, the small ammo can.
Fair.
I literally, you can put, like in cargo pants, a box of 500 rounds in a pocket.
So maybe we are under or overestimating the amount of space those 20 rounds is going to take in that hilt. It might be a pocket gun with 20 rounds.
An FN57 has a pretty, stout size magazine, comparable to a Glock 17. It is a tall magazine. Also, the 5.7 round, because it's like a mini 5.56 round, it's long. So when you compare it to other rounds, so your grip is longer front to back with a 5.7 round.
Okay,
Yeah.
7 that was designed to fire out of a 10.4-inch barrel.
Yeah, that was they designed that round when what European military or police force was looking to basically modernize their subguns. They were like, I want to get out of these MP5s. What can you offer me?
Oh, I thought it was a NATO spec that they were looking to do.
Some European military or cops. Yeah, NATO.
Yeah, that it was
some European.
It was
so the NATO spec, if I recall correctly, was they wanted a PDW, the PS90 with an SBR, and that it would share a same cartridge with a pistol, and that it would defeat light body armor.
Yes. That rings bells.
And believe it or not, just before the show, I was shooting a YouTube short for PS90. So there's actually, on my PS90, there's 3 iron sights on it, which I think is kind of cool. Which there's a peep sight. So in the top carry handle area, you can look through a hole and there's a post. So there's a peep sight, and then on the left and right, there's notches.
Do you like the peep sight?
No.
I was going to say, there early on in my gun collecting, I had one of those 22 LR MP5s, and it had the peep. God, I hated that gun, and I hated that peep sight.
Dude, I had the 22 LR. Which one did you get? The GFG?
No, what was the other one? God,
there was one made by Umarex. That was licensed.
God, I'd have to go look it up. It's been so freaking long at this point.
So there's no such thing as a 5.56 P90 because the way the rounds are stacked in the helical magazine. But you can get nearly the same-ish on a tactical tuna, the FNFS 2000.
Tactical tuna.
Oh man, I forgot who it was. I think it was Kentucky something. Years ago, they must have got a pallet of them or a couple of pallets of them and blew them the F out at a stupid low price. And I didn't have the money at the time.
All right. Oh, well, we're going to get out of here.
Well, okay then.
I don't think Germany didn't design the 5.7. I thought that was
Oh,
So I
don't
know Effin Hairstyle uses a lot of 5.7. I don't know if they
I think they're the ones
designed
who
it.
designed it.
I don't know the details on the origin of that. So everybody not a gun tuber, pimp your channel.
I'm going to be building a 0% Ruger that uses just a hand router. So if you've got the stuff to build an AR 80%, you can do that. And then on the mill this year, I'm doing a 50 BMG single shot lower with a bolt action upper, a scratch billet 350 Legend deer gun. Again, billet scratch on the CNC. And then I'm going to retry the Ruger, but do something more akin to the Mark IV with fourth axis CNC. So lots of gun scratch stuff this year.
Very cool.
It was Belgium.
Okay.
Belgium is not.
Belgium is in Germany. What a joke.
Belgium is definitely not in Germany. They don't. They speak French in Belgium. Yeah.
Actually, Walter was in Belgium just recently, driving military vehicles.
Yeah, because FN designed it because they wanted to for that NATO contract.
Mm-hmm.
It was designed for that NATO contract.
And I believe the P90 is P90 because it was a 1990 contract.
I don't know.
And they always do the P in front of stuff, like for police forces. Like the P7 was a police force gun contract.
Ah, okay.
So they must have been doing the P90
right.
for police forces.
You're right. You're right, though, Rich. It was in 1990. All right, guys, that's it. I already prepared all my food that I'm going to cook. I made my own sauce. I'm doing an Asian rice bowl with homemade sauce.
We're doing recipes now?
Yeah.
I'm going to cook whatever meat my wife pulled out of the freezer.
Yeah. But like then I tenderize the meat and I got everything ready to go. I just got to cook it now.
All right, guys.
And so I'll see you guys later. And with that, we're out of here. We'll be doing a show next week. I'm not sure when, but we will be doing one shot.